not it. Oh, we're in.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Storm Warning Dev stream.
Hello.
My name is Marcus Boom. I'm joined here by the lovely Tom, aka Oxy, and today we are going to be showing you some of the new features coming in the upcoming update. You've already seen the trailer yesterday. Let's get right into it. So shall we begin with not a vehicle, but maybe a feature?
Yeah, a couple of features. Firstly, I can show you a little bit about what we're going to be doing with the profile page.
Oh shit, here we go.
These are all placeholder stats. There's nothing here at the moment. But by editing, you can change a couple of things that are going to be on the display. So you can do your nukes. You can do the peacemakers, which I don't think I've got any awards for, so they won't show up. But you can change the mode you want to show. These will all have your legacy stats and everything.
It changes the middle bit?
These are just placeholder.
What about the other sides?
And it will show there for everyone who goes on in profile, which is nice. And these will be
oh my god.
So bit by bit, probably for next update, maybe the one after, depending if it's ready or not. But there will be more and more added over time. Yeah, quite rudimentary at the moment, but we'll be adding more.
I should mention before we head into the vehicles, disclaimer as always, this is a dev stream preview, dev server preview. Everything
Sorry, my PC
is going to be work in progress, so don't look too deeply at the stats and equipment.
Also, I'll put a disclaimer. As usual, Alex and I look at these dev streams, and we are doing a commentary on top of them. If you want to see the original stream, that is obviously on the official Gaijin channels.
America.
Yeah. So, happy to show you the M44.
Is the audio okay, by the way?
Have a look at. This vehicle is going to be
look at it.
Trees. So America, Germany, Britain, Japan,
nice.
Italy, and France.
Oh my god.
So it's going to be in a lot of trees, which is really nice for a vehicle like this. So basically, high caliber friend. It's nothing too fancy from what you're probably already familiar with. No proxy. It's quite an earlier vehicle at 4.0. But the good thing about
they're adding it to like everybody.
It's really nice to have this vehicle in so many trees. Is that it's a vehicle that's functionally up-tier proof. You can play it basically at any BR before there's like full stabilizers and stuff, and it will basically be able to do the same thing, which is really good because it means, you know,
4.0
on some maps or some BRs where the vehicles that you have.
Oh, the RDF is a premium.
Like this works pretty much exactly the same. It's really nice. Of course, it's incredibly fragile. You don't really have any protection from it. Like a single HE shell is going to knock you out, basically. But unlike a lot of these high caliber vehicles that you're probably familiar with, it's actually very mobile, like deceptively mobile. It's on the Bulldog chassis. So it's quite deceptively maneuverable. You can move it around and like swing it, and it's pretty good.
It does look pretty fun.
It can slew quite quickly as well, so you've got a nice angle too. So it's much more functional and much more usable conventionally when compared to other vehicles, and the elevation is common.
Hope you enjoy overpressure, by the way.
But sadly no proxy, so you can't.
Hopefully you like getting randomly overpressured by this.
Not as effectively. You have a nice collection of friends here for you as well, keep you company.
I like the 50 cal.
Cozy altogether.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, the M44 looks really cool here.
Yeah, so going for multiple
beautiful
missions,
model.
It's going to be nice for lineups and that sort of thing. You can use it well beyond its BR, and it's going to perform basically exactly the same.
No,
nice.
No,
nice
don't do that. No.
We will of course show them as we go through the nations, but do enjoy some low-tier derp gunning. Alright, on to the next vehicle. This one a few people I know have been looking forward to. This is the RDF/LT.
Oh god.
This is essentially in gameplay terms going to be a side grade.
It's not the one with the missiles, man.
From the tech tree. This as a premium vehicle, same battle rating currently. Of course, keep in mind that is work in progress. Gun is the same, reload speed is the same, shells are the same. It does, however, fix one of the major issues of the HSTVL, which is the limited ammo count. With a 1.5 second reload, you can actually go through those 26 rounds fairly quickly. Thankfully, the premium version does carry 60 rounds, and
it has crew in the turret,
basically continuously, which is over double the amount of ammunition. And I have a feeling a certain content creator beginning with S is going to be quite happy about having something that's not going to immediately run out of ammunition.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, the difficult thing with the previous one is that you always had to kind of mitigate how many dart rounds you had with the proxy rounds for aircraft, and it's actually pretty good at knocking out aircraft, at least at close range. And it was always a bit difficult because they were quite powerful, but if you were going to take like 10 of them, you're cutting like half of your anti-tank potential, which is quite bad. But yeah, I think it's going to be nice. I get the impression it's going to be slightly less survivable on the HSTVL, like the angle.
Oh, it's only got one crew in the turret. Okay, it's fine.
But
it'll be good.
I think the commander can still fire the main gun if it's like the HSTVL. So once you lose that commander, you have effectively like a crewless turret. So it can still be a bit tricky to knock down in hull down positions, I think. But yeah, the mobility, I believe, is not quite as good.
That is the trade-off. Whilst you do have, of course, the massive advantage of having much more ammunition, the mobility is reduced. You do have a way weaker engine than you do on the HSTVL. You also have less weight, which compensates somewhat for that, but the gearing does mean you have a much lower top speed. Now keep in mind, this is by no means a slow tank. 55 kilometers per hour, which you can reach quite easily, actually.
I don't like the fact that this is a premium.
Very good.
They should be in the tech
It's
tree.
not quite as good as the HSTVL in comparison. One thing that may be interesting also to you is the gun elevation angles are slightly reduced. You have a 15-degree negative elevation on the new RDF compared to 20 on the 17 on the HSTVL. Not a massive difference, let's be honest. Anything beyond 10 degrees is already pretty good. But it is something to keep in mind.
It's got a much worse engine.
More rough terrain.
Why is its engine so bad?
Fairly soon.
Indeed.
But well, it is essentially a good side grade. And if you like the HSTVL, I have a feeling you're going to love this one as well. Okay, I can quickly show the mobility just to show you, and also some new options that we have for our customizations of gunner sights.
Ooh,
you may know a few updates ago we did add the ability for you to be able to customize your gunner sights. We have now expanded a little bit with some more options.
It just looks so weird,
Let's
man.
check mobility real quick. Reverse, 27 kilometers per hour. Decent. Forwards, I'm going to try and stay in rough terrain. I don't think I'm going to quite reach the top speed there, but you can see it's not quite as zippy as the HSTVL.
It's not as mobile as like MBTs.
Thankfully, reload rate still very good, very fast.
Mobility by no means is bad. It's just not quite as comparable.
It is.
Yeah, it's just not as good.
You
So
gain some, you lose some. That's what a side grade is supposed to be. Thermals are still the same Gen 1.
Should not
Nothing really all that special.
premium.
Just great for well, great. Good for spotting targets if you are in a stationary position.
This would have been a great tech tree vehicle.
Decent. And let's check out our.
It's too smooth. Yeah, the model's not finished yet.
Let's try. I don't know, M1. All right. You have a few more options here. There is a reload indicator setting. Where you can now separately show or hide the gun readiness indicator and the weapon reload countdown, which I know some people have been complaining about. You can change the color of the rangefinder progress bar now. So if you go into the rangefinder, you can now have these two options over here.
Huge.
Where you can change the progression color. And most importantly, in the reticle parameters, you can now adjust the thickness of the sight lines, which doesn't seem to be. Oh, there we go. Need to enable it. You can make it thicker. You can make it a bit thinner, which I believe is going to be helpful for a lot of people, especially playing on lower resolution.
Sorry for arriving late. Man. I'm pretty much running home.
It's all good.
The rangefinder, for example, we can adjust the font size of the.
You haven't missed much. They showed the M44 and the RDF LT.
I was listening in the background, so
okay,
I missed much.
For a highly customizable experience, especially in higher tiers where you have very fast velocity shells. It is very useful to be able to have other.
I'm never going to be mad at sight setting improvements. This is all very good, so you know it's nice.
Your enemy with
I love this feature.
It's great. Yeah.
Some of these vehicles get.
I just need an apply all button because I'm lazy.
Overall. Okay, next up. We are going into Germany, which is eating very well today.
Delicious indeed. Finally, so many.
There it is.
This for a very long time.
The big boy.
It's sort of
not a premium as well
in the game at this stage. But yeah, finally.
Don't have to worry.
2000. Say the full name, Mike. You've got to do it.
This is the Panzerhaubitze.
Your RDF sadly had to sacrifice.
Panzers.
Absolutely. Right. And it does so very, very well. Despite being obviously very large. And
oh shit! Look at that vehicle behind his head. That's that AA. That was in the teaser.
Big, so you may
Thor?
potentially survive.
Yeah, it's in the German tech tree.
Angle, so it's very big, probably quite weak.
That would be pretty uncommon.
Potentially survive a little bit. In terms of the firepower, it's still quite familiar. You have the proxy, the standard shell,
and M107 classic.
The final one, which is
the OEF3. That one, I think, is the one that the leader has as well.
Yeah,
which is always a bit of a problem with a lot of these guns. Even though it has the laser rangefinder, it's going to help a lot with getting those like pinpoint like turret bottom shots and like roof
6
shots.
second
It
reload's
has an
nice.
assisted loader.
Yeah.
It has an assisted loader, so it is going to be pretty similar
I
to
think
it.
some of them, the stats are still a bit work in progress.
60
There is also
tons.
another
It's
variant
crazy to
for
think how
high
heavy these
screaming,
things are.
with nitrogen
What's
in it as
the?
well. I think functionally
Oh,
it's quite
this one
good
is the
right now,
premium,
some
no?
of the stats are a bit
Oh,
different, but
what?
still does
It's the
work.
Hungarian
Yeah,
one.
this
Oh
one is
no.
It's a
happens to be the
Hungarian
main
one.
treat
No.
for
camel.
Germany, of course. And yeah,
Italy
fantastic
once
stuff.
again
I
on
mean, it's
suicide
it's
watch.
really nice to finally see it. You know?
Yeah, man.
Can I just
They
mention,
didn't
by
have the
way,
Dutch
how
one. They got a
absurdly
scam.
German this vehicle is? You have a vehicle of war.
Oh, they're adding the
intended to
M44 to
destroy
like
targets up to
everybody,
70
by the
closest
way.
ranges, something like
Yeah,
that,
pretty happy.
but you need to have
Pretty
safety
happy.
lights.
Of course, absolutely.
Oh, Germany never
So
changed.
quintessential.
So this thing doesn't have a stabilizer, right? I
Really
don't
nice.
think
No.
it
Really
does,
happy to see
no.
it. It's gonna be great. And yeah, there's also the M44, which is folded, I think, with the flat bus.
Oh, fun.
Estrella 10 for Italy.
Estrella 10M for Germany.
They do, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
so
for Germany?
so they're just giving everybody
Alright,
SPAs.
now
They've
let's
realized,
move on to
oh
the
shit,
big-ticket
everybody's
item, well,
dying.
rather one of two
Maybe we need
big-ticket items.
more AAs.
I did ask Chad a bit earlier which one they are going to be more excited for, the Eurofighter or the Rafale. Well, Germany, finally you get some good jets.
What?
This is the Eurofighter Typhoon, Eurofighter 2000.
We're on
there
the-
it is. That's your.
They're showing- They're showing the wrong person.
well,
Mike.
if I am not mistaken. But this is one we
You're
have
on the wrong
currently
screen.
able to be
Show the other
shown.
screen.
Oh,
Maybe
what
the
is
other
it
one is gonna go in the plane and this
in
guy is
short,
gonna go
this
into the AA,
probably
so he
going
can
to
kill
be
it.
Yeah,
And
but-
showcase that AAs can indeed kill AA.
But he's showing Oxy's screen. He's got to show Mike's. He's not showing the Eurofighter. He's on the wrong one.
Well, comparable to the
It's all
FPV, which
part
went
of the
through some
plan,
last update,
tech man.
but also with the Delta Wing design, which means you can actually turn fairly well in low altitude
No.
engagement.
We're missing it.
Oh, wrong screen, sorry.
There you
Low
go.
altitude
Oh,
engagement.
what was this? Imagine getting paid for this.
Yeah,
bullshit.
this is
Oh,
a very
God.
interesting one. I can quickly show
EF2000,
you
there
the
you go.
modifications you can currently carry. Keep in mind, of course, this may
Jesus.
not be quite final just yet.
How many hard points does this thing have?
Wave 4 bomb. This is a hybrid.
Oof,
God
GPS
damn.
laser guided bomb. You can either use it.
I
in
can't even
GPS
count how
mode,
many
so
it
like
has,
your regular
wait.
GPS guided bombs like the JDAM. You just point at a target.
It has
drop
13.
bomb will make its way
13
over
hard
by
points.
Itself. However, you can also use it with a laser pointer, which you can activate separately to correct.
Oh, look at all those
the,
brimstones.
Trajectory
I'm ready.
of the
Yeah.
bomb, and even
Maybe
what
they'll
bomb
unearth
to
them now they're not
track
just in
moving
Britain.
targets. So the best
They
of
didn't know
both
the
worlds,
Germans use
It's
those.
not quite fire and forget if you want to
On a
get
very
into,
late version
moving
of
targets, you'll
the
have to
Typhoon they
enable the
do.
laser
So
lock
I'm
and
guessing
keep
they're
it
just
on the target.
wonking it all
But
on one
it's a
thing.
good hybrid between those.
That's pretty
Those
lame,
next
that's the
to
case.
the
You're
brimstones
not gonna be
active
introducing
laser
more
modes,
Typhoons in the
like we did
future.
in
I think they
the
will, but
Tornado,
they'll
the British
probably just
Tornado
give them
left
like
eye.
weird features.
And in terms
I
of
really
air
dislike when they
weaponry,
combine
you
so
have
many
access to
variants
the
into one.
AIM-9L
Yeah.
improved.
I feel like it takes
This
away longevity.
is functionally very similar to the AIM-9M, so it does have IRCCM.
You can still,
and
so
also has
6
access to
IRs
the
and
AIM
4 ARs.
120B.
This thing doesn't
Pretty
get
good.
any
Get
semi-actives
up
at
a
all,
lot
just
of,
ARs and
missiles
IRs.
in total. You can carry
It
up
doesn't
to
get
8
those
AIM-120Bs
spots
standard.
with missile
Or
flare.
if you want to,
Yeah.
you can switch
Oh,
this
true,
out
yeah.
The ball.
in here with a double pylon for the AIM-9LI, which allows you to bring a grand total of 10 air-to-air missiles.
Jeez.
Plus some ground ordnance as well if you want to have that, which is absolutely insane. We can have a quick look at the flight performance.
It's basically
In fact,
the
we are
same
going to
amount of
quickly
missiles
check
that
out
everybody
the
else
new
runs, by the
map.
way. Actually less than
be,
the SU-27s.
Showing you
33.
as well. Okay, I think I have everything ready. As well as some new features there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hope this all works.
I really like this map, but I feel bad sort of driving over all the columns and stuff. Do you know
At least
what
it's
I
all
mean?
virtual, you know.
Yeah, I just feel bad.
So this is the Attica map. We have released a
Oh, here we go.
this already.
This
You
is
can read up on
important.
it. It's based on Greece. There's ancient
Let's see how
Greek
flat it
ruins
is.
everywhere. A very hilly terrain. Very, very, very
I love
beautiful.
that they have
That's
to
what
keep
we're seeing
increasing
now.
the text in all of these
Looking
dev
around.
servers,
Hey, what
so
is
all
it?
of the dumbasses don't complain about the initial
So I've not
stats.
really explored
know,
this map
yeah.
yet.
We started with work in progress, now it is
Stats
work
and
in progress,
equipment may
stats
not
and
be
equipment may
final.
not be
If you have a bit
final,
of
yeah,
time,
as if it
maybe
is.
take note of VT1
like
just
it
to
can
show
be
you some
any-
of the,
any clearer than
engagement
that.
lines,
Next one, they should make it
which are
flash
actually a little bit different
with, like,
for this map.
different
It's more
colours.
of an Evolver style.
Yeah, or
It is
like
a
bounce around the
fairly
screen.
comparable
Screensaver.
small map, but has a nice mix of protected spawns.
Yeah, like,
close
don't believe your
engagements,
grifter as
medium
YouTubers
engagements.
at the same
We'll get to it in a bit.
moment that
Let's
they're
check out the
doing this
performance
shit.
of the Eurofighter. We have a cockpit to show you as well with some nice
Ooh, he has motion blur
Overall,
enabled.
very nice. We of course have
turn it off.
heads-up display as well.
No,
We
not
have
motion
added
blur.
some features to the heads-up display. I'm not entirely sure we will be able to show those today, but look out for the patch notes when the update does come.
That's a really nice
Quickly
cockpit.
check the turning performance. Keep in mind, I
nice.
currently do have a full bomb load, even though absolutely no problem 11G at Mach 1.2. Acceleration is also very good. Now, currently, the Eurofighter is able to actually drop bombs beyond Mach 1. I'm not entirely sure if that's intended or not.
I doubt
If
it.
that actually will make it a very good long-range bomb dropper, essentially, in ground RB. And there is something that I want to
Wow,
do.
you don't say?
Firstly, we have a nice quality of life change here.
That's so nice. So happy about this one.
Oh, that is
If
pretty
you ever
cool,
played
actually.
CAS in ground RB, you know that it is
Another buff to CAS.
very hard
Nice.
to be able to pinpoint accurately know where your teammates are spotting things on the map because you only have access to
It
the
is
air
It's for when
actually.
you're playing.
Go ahead.
Well, you can now switch
For when you're
between
playing
the air
team,
map
when you play
and
like in
the
2 to
ground
4
map.
stacks, and you can
And not
like
only that,
pinpoint exactly.
Yeah,
There's
pretty
this little
much.
symbol
Like,
over
oh,
here,
there's
set
somebody
point
over
of
here.
interest.
Where? And you couldn't mark it.
If you're in an aircraft,
When you were in a plane.
you can
It's better
set
for
a
squadron
point of
marks
interest
and,
anywhere
standard
on the map.
pings.
It works in ARB as well, by the way.
Be nice.
And what this does is enable a little target marker for you, which will lock on with your ordnance cannon.
What?
Oh shit! It's
Oh,
like
fuck
laser.
off.
It's like lacing. Yeah, that's pretty
Fuck
awesome.
off. Like,
Yeah, because imagine that
Oh,
now
sound
you can be in
is-
a plane and I can be in a tank or something. I can be like, take over here, and then you can just mark it
these
immediately.
fucking
Drop a marker
assholes,
on
man.
there.
like.
Yeah.
And switch over to
You
my
just
gun
keep
cannon
buffing
in a
this
little
crap.
bit.
We realize that there
Because
is an
the
issue
range on
between the
these
imbalance
FAA
between
doors
planes
are,
and
of
tanks,
course,
so
not
we're gonna
rocket
make it
assisted,
even
so keep that in
fucking
mind.
worse.
They are limited range.
Yeah.
Are you
Connect-
kidding
man,
me?
we need better
Eurofighter is
AAs,
a
dude. We
very,
need
very
better
powerful plane.
AAs.
So hopefully
Are you
we shall get
actually
some
kidding
decent range.
me?
Okay, let's switch over to gun pod. As you can see, it's locked right onto
Yeah,
ground
more so
point.
that all of the
Beautiful.
sweatlords just
We
congregate
do
around
have
those
some
higher
decent
VRs.
thermals,
Yeah,
very
in
good
squads.
speed
Look
as
at
well.
that.
I
Jesus
can see
fucking
there.
Christ.
Hello.
I need to get within 20 kilometers, otherwise the gun pod doesn't like it.
Understandable.
And what is that vehicle you're actually driving over there? It's a
is
bit
the-
funky looking.
Yeah. The HQ-17. It's an improvement on the Tor M1.
The
for
thick
China.
boy.
It's a little bit different.
The
in
Tor
some
sucks,
ways.
this one
The
will suck as well,
missiles
don't get
are slightly
expectations.
improved, slightly higher velocity, and a slightly higher range as well.
Oh,
But
better
the,
range, Alex.
A slightly higher range is not very
is the
reassuring.
radar. This radar can now track incoming projectiles, and
Wow.
Oh,
So you
wow.
can know when you're dying. That's
It's
fantastic.
they drop them from very
Now,
far
unless you,
away.
yes,
if you
it
have
takes a
plus
while for them
60
to
ping,
sort of,
don't bother
be picked
targeting
up, they can be
munition.
picked up a little bit closer. Certain
Yeah,
angles, so
you
which
can't
is sort of
engage your
arriving at
K50
some
with
point
this
soon.
thing because you will run out of
But keep,
missiles.
Still on the way.
Keep a squiz on you. There
Keep
we
in mind,
go.
I do have a laser lock on you, so this will
Yes.
probably kill you.
Okay.
What?
Thank you for
What do
that.
you mean?
As we
He
see
can
at the top,
engage it. Come on.
left, little,
He can
things
see it
that
on
go
his
He's already
radar.
targeting
the
him. He's
projectiles.
already targeting him.
I think as they get a bit closer, we can also lock
Like the
onto
plane is already on target.
Oh, fucking hell. That's just
Yeah,
a mess.
there
It's just a
You can
mess.
pick them up now.
you
It's pretty nice.
I
Yeah.
like this. It's a nice quality of life change both for CAS aircraft and being able
I like
to
it, I like it.
essentially preemptively lock on to a spawn, for example, an enemy spawn where you know there's likely going to be an SPAA. And if you're like me, who's blind as a bat and doesn't memorize where the spawns are on every single map, previously you had to spot them by yourself. Which, by the time I actually spotted something, I was already within missile range and dead. Now, you can mark
How can
the
you say
spawns
that out
previously
loud
What?
without saying there's
to
an
be
issue,
able to check
without
them
realizing there's an
individually
issue
with
with
your
it?
high zoom gun cam. And also for SPA, it's a nice change.
I'm
that you
living
can
in a
now,
fucking
spot
dream, man.
incoming projectiles
Yeah,
on
this
your
is-
radar. So if you see a dotted
Oh,
How can you say that with a
shit.
straight face without
But
realizing
surely,
there can be issues with
get out
that?
of
Like
the
this,
way.
this company plans are so
Jesus
tired of this evil, man.
Christ.
Okay, I'm just
Oh
going to quickly check
my.
the top speed, low altitude.
Sorry,
as
I
the
can't
Typhoon
say
is indeed
anything.
Fast enough,
Bro,
powerful
that's
enough to
that's
rip its own
ridiculous.
wings off in level
That's
5.
that's
In fact,
that's
even
a
with Super Cruise, I will
ridiculous
try real
statement.
quick. Going to drop a few more bombs and go back to 100%. Yep. Even at 100% throttle, so without afterburner, let's go at level flight. I am maintaining Mach.
Yeah, you should do.
This plane can super cruise without afterburner. If you do
So
put
can
an
the
afterburner
Lightning.
on,
Did
then
you know
it
that?
goes
It's
incredibly
pretty cool.
fast and eventually will rip your
That
wings
one
off.
is pretty good.
I have been able to get past Mach 2 at about 10 kilometers altitude, and beyond that even, ripping my own wings off, even at high altitude. So Something to
I'm-
keep in
I'm
mind.
super
So
happy-
keep
It's a
in
top
mind the flight
tier
performance
plane.
may
Like,
not
what
be
are you
final,
doing? All of the
Yeah.
flight
according to most
performance are
else,
pretty good.
but we'll see.
I'm super happy to see it. Like,
Okay.
it's nice to see the Eurofighter.
Let's see.
I'm
what do we have?
glad that Germany and
We
Britain
have
and
the
everybody
final
else
for
gets a
Germany.
very good
Italy.
vehicle. Hey, Nurgle, nice to see you.
Germany,
Nice, there we
Britain
go.
via India
So this one,
and
it's
Hungary are getting a
so over
Strela
here.
anti-air
There's a
system as
whole
well. This was nice.
there's a whole confusion with what it is, because
it's nice
there's
to have
several
that option,
versions of the Strela M.
folded
Hey, you
in
have like
case
the
Yeah.
of
M2,
Britain
M3.
and Hungary.
Yeah.
Which one is the
Strela
Soviet
in
version?
Germany is
Because the
after the final
I'm
fold.
guessing the
these
missiles will
Germans
be
didn't
different,
receive
right?
like the most
The M2
advanced
is the
ones.
one that
Yeah.
we-
I
so
don't know if
Let's
it's gonna be
see.
exactly the same or if it's gonna.
functionally, there's not really any difference.
The missile's the
between
same,
Yeah,
so
the
yeah,
vehicle.
it'll be the same.
So yeah, not so much to say. I mean, you're all familiar with it. It's just now available in different nations. There's another NCS system.
It's like
option,
the
which is
third
pretty
10.3
nice.
AA. These guys will have pretty crazy.
I think we can move on actually to the USSR, and I can briefly show you here the BMD-4M, which is
Oh, it's a premium.
It's a premium.
No.
and so it's
Ah,
again like a little
that's
bit of a
so sad.
side grade.
There's the
This
Arkangelsk
variant
as well.
has some additional armor, so it's enough to
Yeah, the
be
British-
effective against,
the
20
British
millimeter and
ship.
50 caliber weaponry.
Yeah, the
the turret
Royale
is
or something.
unchanged, but the
Is
hull
that
is.
that
So
cannon
you can
longer?
potentially survive
Or
a
am I
little
just
bit from
like-
these rounds now.
No, I
It's
don't think
been
so. Maybe it's
great.
just the perception.
This looks weird.
Again, you are slightly more protected, but slightly slower.
9.3,
Which, depends what you like. I
not
mean,
needed.
It's always good
Should
to
be in
say,
the
I think
tech
that,
tree.
you know, it's always good to have the
Mm.
fastest like setup that you can possibly have, because it's more of like an active advantage rather
And
than
it's
a
good for
passive
the people
advantage,
that
which is
miss the
armor.
normal one.
But the thing is, you're
True,
always going
yeah.
to be getting hit. Like, you're always going to be taking shots from stuff.
I
So
don't
it
really
will
understand
save you
why it's the same
periodically,
BR as the
from incoming shells.
event
Probably not a
one.
huge
This one
amount,
should
like,
just be better.
It will
but
save
so
you
do
more
they.
than the standard BM.
It'll
I thought they
probably
were gonna
change.
pull that
It's
one,
on
man.
certain
I thought this
low
one was
caliber
gonna
cylinders.
have like
The
8 PFSDs or
was,
something, and they were gonna
750
kill it
cal,
at
for
like
example,
10.0 or
from France.
something, like the Vivo.
The BMD-4M does resist 50 cal fairly effectively, as well as 20 millimeter up to a certain range. So it is going to be more.
Yeah, so this one has better armor and a better engine.
If you
So
go at the engine stats here real quick.
it should have the same mobility, but better
It does get a slightly
survivability.
more powerful engine, 500 horsepower compared to the 450 on the BMD-4 standard previously. However, the gearing is a bit worse. It doesn't get the full 70 kilometers per hour backwards and reverse speeds that you get on the marketplace.
It's quite the
BMD-4.
difference. God damn.
So it's essentially side grade.
Well,
Massive
still,
downgrade.
still decent reverse,
You
but
can actually just remove this and have what is
Yeah, it'll
essentially
still be
standard
fine.
BMD. If you want to have some extra protection.
it's just a normal BMD4.
Okay.
Going
Right,
mobile.
Let's go on to the plane then, shall we?
Go for it.
SU-33
Sue.
squadron vehicle. The first time squadron players can get their hands on a flanker, essentially, for, well, free. You just need to be in a squadron and unlock this thing slowly with parallel research.
It's
I'm
one
not
of the
going to
nicest
replay
looking ones. I really like it.
It is. So this is the naval variant of the essentially SU-27.
I'm very glad
of
we're
that.
slowly
Some
getting
modifications, it does have
done
slightly more
with
powerful
all of the
engines.
SU-27
However,
variants.
It is also heavier
Oh,
than
shit.
the
There's not
Nah,
many
this is
left
still-
now.
given that you need to reinforce.
There's
the
still none of
carriage
the
and
main
stuff for
ones
carrier
left.
operations.
Then you go into like the more
Areas are
minute
slightly
ones.
higher, which should give you some better low speed maneuverability, but also higher energy loss in turn. So it is a bit of a trade-off in that regard. We can quickly check the armor, the armament loadouts. You do not currently get access to the R-77 active radar homing missile, only the R-27 ER and ET variants, although you can carry quite a lot of them. And the R-73, as well as your standard air-to-ground ordnance options.
Yeah,
for
no
the
guided
SU-27.
munitions
Sadly,
on,
with
like,
no
air to
It's more of
ground.
the fighter
munitions
version,
as
right?
it
Yeah.
currently stands.
But it's, yeah,
We
it's
have
like the
something extra special
naval
for this as well.
naval
If you can
version,
just
but they
enter
didn't
this
add any
real
of the
quick.
anti-ship stuff.
Middle East and Mediterranean we have here, and we have an aircraft carrier spawn.
Goodness gracious, Mike.
We have added the Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier, a Russian aircraft carrier, as a special spawn essentially just for this plane. Here we go. Nice little view. Now, the Kuznetsov does
No
distinguish itself
favoritisms.
quite a lot from American aircraft carriers, in that you don't
Yeah, they have
a steam
two
catapult.
full carriers
The
now
plane has
just
to
for
take off
test
on its own
drives.
power and gets helped a bit by a ramp at the end. Let's see if we don't crash trying to do this.
Oh shit!
It's the dev stream curse. So far, nothing's gone wrong. So
far.
Does it slingshot you or no? It
don't
just
think it
chucks
did.
you off.
Works
I don't think
pretty
it
well.
did.
That's fine.
The SU-30's higher wing area does mean you have an easier time taking off at lower velocities. And of course, you still have your very, very good maneuverability and full real controls, which is very nice to see. We can check out the cockpit real quick as well. I don't know if there's going to be any major differences here compared to the SU-27. Have a quick look around. Also gets a nice HUD with some other upgrades that I can't.
Yeah, it
show
only
here, but
it only gets
notice
48
in
countermeasures.
And in terms of overall flight
Seems
performance,
quite low.
again, it is heavier than the SU-37, but it is
And there wasn't any way of
equipped
adding
with slightly
more, so
powerful engines.
I don't know.
It has a higher wing area, so it turns a bit better, but also
I suppose
uses
when you
energy
only
much
make
more
like
quickly.
24 of them, you
It
don't
is a
think of shit
trade-off,
like that.
essentially. I don't think it's going to be the best.
They were saying that this one just
especially top
sucks in real life.
tier, but it
Yeah.
is an option
We're
for
gonna
all
replace
these
it for
sports
some
out there who
naval
want to get their hands
MiG-29 or
on a
something.
very,
Make 29k,
very
yeah,
nice-looking
but that
and
also sucks.
very fun
Nah,
jet to
well,
fly.
that's
I mean,
just the
come on.
Russian Navy
You
for you.
can't do this kind of stuff in any other
I mean,
jet.
there's not really much point in it because they just don't even have an
Alright,
active
and that
aircraft
is
carrier,
the
so
SU-30.
who cares? Like,
Well,
What
when you
do
have a
we have
militarist
next? We have
country,
a
all of these
battleship.
things just come
Yeah,
to
I
pass
can
infinite
briefly
money.
show you
Yeah.
Arkhangelsk.
Nice.
I think I can't. I was told how to pronounce it earlier. but I've already
Archangelisk.
forgotten. I think that's roughly right. This
Arkhangelsk.
is a.
So,
a
what is it, like a
British
Royal
battleship that was
Revenge
loaned
Resolve?
at
The
something like that?
Sovereign.
It's a Royal
I think.
Sovereign class.
Sovereign?
Yeah, Royal
of
Sovereign
Royal
class.
Sovereign. And if I
Royal
remember,
Sovereign. Huh?
Yeah.
They didn't really like it because it was mostly in cold areas and it had really bad heating. So
Oh.
they were just cold the whole time, bless them.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
It's
The
another ship
Kuznetsov
that's
has
got a bit of
exactly
a
the same
problem as
issue.
well. Briefly show you.
We were learning about it the
Yeah.
other day.
Mods.
They just
Yeah,
don't
that one
like
has
heating
the-
their crew.
But on that one,
There's
you're
not really-
also
there's always
flooded
too
with
much to
cancer
really show
coal.
briefly.
So you're mega full.
Just quickly go over some of the bigger arm.
So my favorite thing about this vehicle is it got put into Russian service, and when the Russians gave it back to the British, they had done no maintenance on it at all, so the turrets were fused and everything else was fused. So the British literally just had to scrap it because it was in such a bad state.
They just
Notice
trashed
something
it.
on the Arctic
Yeah.
Desk, which is not really noticing anything because it looks like a normal battleship, right? You got some guns in the front, you got some guns in the back, you got your citadel in the middle. There's a popular internet meme around where someone photoshops an image of guns and makes them bullpup essentially. Screw you, bullpups your M16.
Yeah, it also nearly sank as they towed it back to
the Brits
Britain.
decided, screw
Like,
you,
they-
and,
Why? Because of how
let's
trash
bullpup
it
your
was?
Yeah,
battleship.
well, no, they just didn't maintain it at all, so it just fell
This
apart.
is the Rodney. As you may notice, it looks very different from
The
all
Rodney,
other
let's
battleships.
go.
Man, like,
All your citadel
Robert
areas
was
in
telling me
the
about this
back
one
of the ship
yesterday, and
with all
look,
your
it's like
guns
all of
in
it is
the
just put
front.
forward.
Not only that,
Yeah,
this also has access
it's-
to 406, aka 16
It's so
inch
ridiculous.
guns, 9 of them in total. 6 of them can fire directly forwards, 9 if you do a broadside, and they are insanely powerful. Standard HG shell, 67
Good old
kilograms
Dunkirk
of
style.
explosive filler, and then an ABCBC with 23 kilograms of explosive filler, and almost 700 millimeters of penetration at 1 kilometer distance. Not
It's
only
got
that,
the 16-inch
because of
guns.
the layout of it, if you go into the analyzer, the ammo racks are sitting very, very, very low below the waterline, so they're going to be quite hard to hit.
Oh my god.
If you don't cause a fire on the end of the elevator, that it will spread down.
Oh,
And
it's
because
so
all
funny.
the
How do
crews
they
are sitting in the
elevate over
back,
there? With like
if
an,
you point your ship
elevator or
towards
some
the
kind? Like
front,
a
Yeah.
mechanized
the
rack?
front towards the enemy.
Yeah,
it
have
is
you ever
going to be
looked
quite
into
hard for
like
them to take you down.
the loaders,
The,
like the
the
mechanized
angle for
loaders
hitting
on
every
these
gun on
things?
target
They're
is
actually
quite
really,
No,
difficult.
really
some
interesting.
of the
So
simpler
it's
ones.
completely flat, like at a
This
slight
look crazy.
kind of frontal angle, you can get all the guns on target, which is pretty nice. Right now, it says I think in the stat card that it has like 15 crew.
I
which
wish you
is
could,
obviously
but unfortunately it's got a
but,
super firing, so you
yeah,
can't
it's,
get all the
pretty
guns
nice.
on turret.
It to me it's sort
There's
of
one
looks like a
stuck
toy
behind the
boat.
others.
I don't know if you ever had like little boats when you were small, like for the bath, but it's like in the shape of a toy boat. I really like it. It's cute.
I just like the layout. It's something so different.
Yeah, it's nice.
HMS
well
Rubber
produced.
Ducky.
All right. Of course, you also do have a M44
HMS
and a
Chivit.
Strela for the UK. Just to
Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go. India Superpower 2025.
Okay, shall we move on to Japan?
By the way,
With
India has the
Typhoon.
best skins in the game.
So we
by
did announce
far.
this. Also, M44 again. The M44 and the Strela are going to be in a lot of tech trees in this update. We have the Thai subtree. I can quickly show you where it lies on
Ooh,
the
ooh,
research
ooh.
tech tree.
Yeah, in the
Starting
middle.
after the key 83, starting off with the F-84, you got an Alpha Jet, you got a
By the
later
way,
Alpha Jet, you got
R2Y2 is
an
on
F5A, you got a
suicide
later
watch,
F5,
so if I were you,
F15,
I'd
and
research
a
it now.
Gripen.
Yeah, that thing
I
is
can quickly show you
sentenced.
how to
Yeah,
It's not
it's
gonna be.
sentenced now.
Yeah,
Very
it's
fancy
sentenced to
combo,
death.
by the way.
Nice, yeah.
I love the camo, goddamn.
I gotta say, the Thai royalty does have some good taste when it comes to
They
aircraft.
absolutely do. Absolutely.
I don't give it
Alpha Jet A,
further than
Alpha Jet
2025.
TH. Nice A7. Of course, you get yourself a Tech Tree variant now. Of
Time
the
to grind out another
AV8S.
A7,
We did
Alex.
release a premium
Oh,
variant in the
hell
last
yeah.
update.
I'm ready.
F5A, F5T, F16, and finally a Gripen. Now, the main point of this edition is to give Japan a lot more options for CAS. They were lacking it a bit before.
Yeah, and also countermeasures.
Ground capabilities in Ground RB. This will fix this handily. We can check out the loadouts. F84 is pretty standard. Keep in mind some of the ordnance options may not be fully finished yet, or some may be removed, some may be added. Keep that in mind. Standard stuff for the first Alpha Jet as well. The Alpha Jet TH does have access to this, the M9P4.
Oh,
An all aspect.
okay, this one you know is a
style.
placeholder because they said that it loses the gun, right?
Yeah.
This may be hidden.
Yeah,
air-to-air
it has
gun,
the all
actually.
aspects,
It's gonna
but
be
not the other stuff.
New edition.
There's no way it's going to be 9.7.
Absolutely, as Mike said, it's
In ground, it doesn't make any
ground,
sense because
yeah.
it would be exclusively because of the air tours.
It's pretty nice. I'd like to mention as well, currently at least, the R2Y2s are not going to be immediately removed as a result of this edition. They may be a little bit later. I also
Oh!
believe
Yeah,
the-
we did
Suicide
the
Watch.
late.
All right, get him.
uh,
Come on,
also will
research
not be
them.
removed, as it's,
You need
different
to.
the new F16.
You get a
It's
Japanese
they-
premium
the
this end of
yards
the
and
year
weapon
sales.
options, they still offer
Grind the
different
Japanese
things.
tech tree.
So
Quick
I
as
don't
possible.
believe
You have
as
been
of yet
warned.
that's, going to be
Get
removed.
the R2Y2s.
It's quickly going.
Then
Then you're
now-
gonna be in the
The
future.
options in
Oh,
the
why did they
loadouts.
grind the R2Y2 when I had the
E
chance?
for
I
the
miss it so much.
F5A as well as bullpups.
Same with the Panther
And for
2
the
and all of
improved
that crap.
F5,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
have the Python 3, which is a very, very good missile for a dogfighting jet, as well as access to some Mavericks. As we move on to the F16, pretty standard stuff once again. M120As, Python 3s. You can actually have both if you want to, A9Ms and Python 3s, as well as some guided air-to-ground munitions.
Python
including the
3s
865D,
do.
which
I
is
want to
an
give
IR.
them a go
Missile, this
and
one
just
is,
see how they
quite good
feel.
because it can be used.
I have used them in the
I believe
this
it can be
thing,
used
the
in
F5
night
Oku.
mode because not the TV
Oh, yeah.
guidance. It does lock onto the heat signature of the tank, so in night battles it is useful.
pretty weird. It
And
only
then
has an
finally,
Atlas
your
2.
Gripen.
Yeah.
No, not Gripen. Gripen? Is it Gripen? I think it does.
Yeah.
Yes,
with
it's a Gripen.
M9s, M9Ls, as well
Yeah,
as the M120.
If he doesn't get told by his
and
masters what
some
exactly it
guided
is, like he's
bombs.
not saying
And
it.
your
It's insane.
I forgot what they're called.
Just bot people.
Glide bombs, which are a very long range. HM65Ds,
Good old glide bombs.
JDAMs, and the AGM65H. So yeah, overall, you now get a very good cast option at basically any battle rating past 7.7 for Japan, which should help out their ground forces a lot.
Absolutely. Good
Okay.
stuff.
On to China, shall we?
Yeah, briefly, we already had a look at this. This is the
Fine.
HQ-17. It's
I wanna
an
see
improvement over the Tor.
The missile, like,
the missiles are slightly improved.
did they do
Apart
with the
from that,
T-26?
vehicles are very similar.
Why is that
Oh, you
bad?
remember that they
functionally,
had to fix
but
the
missiles
initial
are a bit
mold,
better.
the reserve
Oh,
mold, they said like
yeah.
last
High
time?
velocity,
Yeah,
Because
you're
this
right.
one was supposed to be like a
slightly higher range as well
different,
compared to the missiles on
a
the
different
Tor.
variant
Currently on
of
the
it.
stat card, they're the same, but
Yeah, you see, like the missile wasn't anything impressive. Like
so a
12
huge amount we've
kilo-
already had a
15
look at them.
kilometers, 12
Very nice
kilometers.
for China, another
Yeah.
option.
Doesn't matter.
A bit more advantage in the anti-air zone. And also, it's more of like my kind of Andy edition. The model for the T-26 has been updated, and this is the...
Oh, nice.
Because little eyes.
Why does it look so goofy?
It does, it's got a little...
Because little eyes, looks like a
It's
mosquito.
great. It's a small thing, really. Like, basically, the vehicles function in effectively the same way.
Also gets
This
a
one
new
does get the
machine
anti-air
gun.
machine gun, though, which is
Nice.
I think it looks much
Ooh, the
cooler.
privilege of few.
Big
Which is nice.
update.
It's this is the same for the premium version as well.
That's pretty
the
cool.
model is
I like
updated.
that. I'm a
So
fan.
nice.
Yeah.
Little thing,
It's
but
historically
nice.
accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I can quickly show you some of the stuff that's also coming to Italy. We have, of course, another M44, another Strela, and we did show off the Panzer.
So just everybody's getting the Strela.
Nice
Like,
camo.
they've
net.
realized the
I should
Strela
also
is strong and they
mention,
need to give it to
I should
everyone.
also mention the Eurofighter Typhoon. They're not currently ready, but we are planning to also add them to, let me just quickly double check, the
Britain and
UK
Italy.
And Italy. So
Yeah.
both the UK and Italy are going to get themselves
How
a
different
Eurofighter
are they
in this
gonna
update as
be?
well.
They should just have different
Pretty weird.
ordnance. That's pretty much it.
But
But if they're giving all that stuff to the German ones, then it should be the
This
same
is
for the rest.
VBCI,
Mm.
new variant, which is to the far left, 9.3. over here.
A new VBC,
So
let's
it's a bit
go.
different from the premium version.
I'm a fan.
It's a 25mm gun instead of the 30, so
Like
slightly
it has a
less
little
powerful,
Brennus
but much
Dazzler,
faster
the
fire rate.
electro-optical Dazzler.
It's also not quite
Makes you feel
as,
good while you die.
survivable
Yeah.
in positions as there is a crew member in the turret as opposed to the unmanned
Leave him
turret
alone,
of the
Techman.
premium variant. But this one, you're still going to have the same level of like artificial survivability with just how like big.
That's a good way of putting it.
Artificial
survivability. With the cannon, if you played,
People will shoot
the
through you,
Italian IFVs.
basically.
It's like
pretty
more
nice,
makeshift
the fire rate's pretty
survivability.
good. You can do
Yeah.
some like fun stuff with it, and it's a nice option to have. It works
Well,
well
all
with
of these
TRs,
new vehicles
sort
are
of
inherently a
very
tad bit less
aggressive and
survivable than
there's
ours
some
because they have
good
the
rat
upgraded
spots, you can do
modules.
some
Yeah,
really
The
good
true.
stuff.
expanded
So
modules.
it's a nice addition. It's good to have. It's a good option because France don't really have something quite like this available in the tree currently, so it's good. Yeah, and this is the Belgian M44 as well.
So
Belgian.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's the
Nice.
same, I believe, as the Brennus. Which
Ground
will
sub-tree
protect against some of
expands.
the weaker ATGMs. You're probably not
One
gonna
by
see too
one.
many
That's
of
so
them
weird,
No
man.
longer
Like, why not
just
just put like the
It will
copy-paste
save you
equipment
some of the
first?
earlier
I
stuff,
don't
which is
know.
nice. So yeah, the turret's quite small as well. You might be able to survive. If you
Maybe
get
it
shot in
takes
corners.
like ages to make
There
a
is as well,
camo
like,
or
a
something.
lot of empty space.
Oh
So
yeah.
potentially you'll be able to
That
take
takes
a few
decades.
shots, but still.
Well,
Light
one thing
vehicle,
is for
but-
sure, you're not going to be hiding in that thing.
No, it's a house. Like it's deceptively large.
The big boy.
Like, maybe it doesn't look like it on from like an angle like this, but these are huge vehicles.
He only has
Um,
one
which,
guy
you know,
in the turret.
best thing in a
Pretty
curve is
Yeah.
easily.
there's so much more empty space to shells to pass through, but yeah, you're not going to be hiding very much. But still, nice addition.
Still get scouting though.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
are you ready
you'll
for
be
the
fine.
second big ticket item? We did already show the Eurofighter. It is time. Friends, you are finally getting a derp gun. No. You are getting the Rafale C F.3.
And a premium
I
Apache?
can imagine Shadow's
A
going to be
Dodge
going quite
Apache.
wild right now. The Rafale has been very,
It's
very
just gorgeous.
Ooh,
anticipated.
the hammers.
And yeah, it's
That's
finally
cool.
here.
That's
So,
the ones with like the
let's,
rocket-assisted
get
bomb
over
shit.
the armament options. We are
Yeah.
for this. AASM with the 250 kilogram
Mika me.
bomb. Let me recall if I
Guidance NK,
remember.
North
So
Korea,
AASM
plus inertial
is
guidance,
a
plus
upgrade
GPS.
for bombs, essentially trying to fill a role.
Every
similar
time
to
they
the
fire it,
KM and the
they
paveway
send
kits.
a radio
It runs
transmission
regular
to
bombs
North
in
North Korea to guide the
either
bomb.
unassisted or rocket-assisted glide bombs with different seeker heads, so different lock-on ways. The basic variant
yeah, where is the best one? Simple
SBU-38
as.
is a pure
Yeah.
GPS
You don't have to
bomb,
do all of
so
that
you
speech.
can bomb stationary targets and bases, for example, from fairly long
I
ranges.
do think the French have
All
the
of
best
these
targeting
variants that we
pod
have
name
here right
though.
now
The
are
Damocles.
rocket-assisted, so
It's a
they
great
will
name.
Damocles,
go a bit
yeah.
further.
Such a good name.
And
It's sort
they
of
have a very
Damocles.
long guidance time as well, so you can really launch them from very far away. Of course, you will want to keep a
Quite
high altitude to
limited
get the
ground
maximum range out
ordnance
of
on
them,
this.
but it is a very
Only
long
like
range
3
weapon.
bombs or 6
No, like
bombs.
The
6.
first upgrade
Six
is
is
going to
man,
be
isn't
the
It's
SBU-54.
crazy that that
This
one is on the lower
combines
end.
the
Exactly,
I feel like
yeah.
it's
bomb
perfectly
aspect
fine. Well, I know what you
with
mean,
a
that some
laser
planes can
pointer
just
as
carry
well, so
some
much like the
range
Paveway
amount.
4, you
Well,
can
think about
choose
like
to
the
either
F-15E,
drop
right?
them
Or
by
like
Or the
themselves and
Typhoon
have
that they
them
just
as
showed up.
GPS guided bombs, or you can enable a laser lock and have them lock onto moving targets, which is going to be very useful in a ground RB. And finally, the SBU-64 variant is a IR seeker. So this one will fire and forget autonomously. You just need to lock onto a target. It will track and guide itself towards the target by itself. It can also be used as a regular GPS guided bomb. The way it works right now is a bit finicky. So if you don't perfectly lock onto a target initially, it will just act as a GPS guided bomb, and you cannot update the targeting afterwards, not like the laser guided variant. So keep it in mind, you want to lock onto a target correctly if you want to have it track if in case it does move. Apart
So
from that,
this,
you also have access
okay,
to
so
the
that's a
mk.IV
GNS bomb that
and
does
air-to-air
track
radar home
when
missile,
stuff
a
moves?
total of 6 of them.
Yeah, so they combined
I
the
can check if there's
guidances.
any other
The way that
missiles
we
you can
describe
put
in the
on. It
shooting
doesn't seem
range
like
is
we
that you
have
have like the
any
GPS.
IR
Sorry, the
missiles
laser,
currently
but if it
available. You can
loses
also
the
put some drop
laser,
tanks
it
if
keeps
you
the
want
track
to.
because you have like the
Damocles
GPS
targeting pod,
signature,
very high
so to
Right,
speak.
okay.
And good thermals.
So it'll just work like
Notice that at some
a
point we're also going
a
to see
laser,
some
like a
IR missiles.
paveway,
Currently it only has
like
access to
the-
active
Kinda, it's
Roman
like a
missiles.
combined version.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
I
it
can
has a
quickly show
fail-safe
off
to it.
the
Yeah.
bombs then, shall I? Let's go with the IR missile.
in Salah
IR
on
variant. So
time.
let's go into a test flight and show it off.
The
Looking at
Galissonier.
airfield, Let's do
Gillisnee.
3 kilometers above the airfield. One thing to note also, the Rafale does have an AESA radar.
Oh.
I don't think it currently works
Oh.
as intended. Hopefully by the update it will.
Why say it? They have just fallen into this really annoying thing instead of saying like,
know,
oh, so this is coming,
that's why some
but not right now. It's like
these
what
are
they did
rocket-assisted bombs.
on the profile picture.
With
Yeah.
a 150 kilogram variant.
Like, all
only
this
in
cool
real life
stuff
as
we
well.
are thinking
So,
of, but not right now.
the 125 kilogram bomb, as well as up to 1,000 kilogram bomb.
So these are like
Which
rocket
is the only
assisted,
one
I
that we
think,
have
if
right
I
now.
remember.
It's like the skipper.
We can
Yeah.
use it as.
So I'm guessing the Grom
They're gonna be
one
fairly
was
slow,
unbalanced
but
last
something to keep in
update,
mind.
but now it's fine. So.
They also have a very noticeable trail.
Maybe it will
so
not
you're
have
not
like
really
that
going to be able to launch
crazy
them
glide
stealthily.
yet.
Yeah.
But they will guide themselves
Bonk.
autonomously towards the target, and this should also work against moving targets. So if you find one like that light tank over there.
Should have never added this
It
third
locked
person
around,
crap,
so
by the way.
Nah,
I will need to
it's a
sacrifice the missile
Terrible
action.
decision.
Never mind, we can break the lock by just going away.
Saying that isn't really our priority.
Let's lock on
When
to
you start to add like teammate
BMP.
placing and what was the other
Away.
stuff like the
This one I meant with
that you can
fleetiness.
see
I
as
think the
spawns
first
or some
missile
crap.
launch will just
Yeah.
lock towards the ground and act as a GPS guided bomb.
Yeah.
The second one, however, should...
the French
So
don't
it
have
doesn't
their
go
own
through
lady
the
that
lock.
talks to them in the plane.
I may have
I
lost
don't
the lock
know.
there.
They should
because
do
this one
because
was
they
the
speak
English
French,
lady.
right?
Oh,
It should be
Yeah,
able to
they
hit
don't speak
moving
anything else.
targets. The Rafale is going to be not quite as powerful engine performance-wise as the Eurofighter, so keep in mind your energy.
Sad.
It is still fairly fast. It is very maneuverable. We can quickly do a full turn here.
It
14
has the
G, not
Leyland
too bad.
L60. Did you know
I
that?
want to see what the post-stall maneuver is going to be like as well. So let's
Does it?
just drop our bombs.
No.
That would be very surprising.
Right.
From the front, I don't know why, it's just
Upgraded Leyland.
You could put up
Full controls doesn't quite.
France
cover
does not
like
have
the
its own lady.
SU-34
Sad.
does,
Man.
but is
Like,
still
those
fairly
guys are
maneuverable.
so uppity about like the we need to
Yeah,
build
their
them in
language
place,
and
we
all
need
that,
to be like
yeah.
one of our
One thing to
language
keep in mind, in
no
the
NATO
undercover
central
cycle, it's very
command or
easy
anything,
to
but they don't have their own
flat
lady
spin
that talks to
both
them.
this
Like
and
what a
Eurofighter
scene.
Typhoon,
Crazy.
and they
Scene
can't
nation.
cover all with flat spin, so keep that in mind. We can also have a quick look at the cockpit.
The HMD
Nice
on
big
this is
screen
really
in
nice.
the middle. If I recall correctly, there was some meme with this thing running Windows.
Oh yeah.
That's a very big screen.
That would be a nice
Jesus
Easter egg to
Christ.
have.
Yeah.
Got a nice map
Yeah,
there,
it
some
looks-
MFDs
it looks
on
cool,
the
right?
right
It's
and
pretty
the
more.
left side as well. Interestingly, the joystick is on the right side, not in the middle of the legs.
And you have like a backup map to your right. Look at
It
that.
looks fairly cramped, however, I have to say.
Yeah, not super cozy.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Got a
It
nice
kinda
HUD.
does. I'll give you.
And as well, various radar modes, including GMTI, which can be used
Gimti.
to track moving ground targets.
Yeah.
So in ground RB you can find...
So have fun
enemies
with
that are
those
moving.
bombs and ground
Stuff.
target ones. Rocker was telling me yesterday that he was using active radar homing
next
missiles
up,
in the F-15E
We
against
can
ground
show the
targets.
premium
Oh yeah,
AH
yeah, they did. They didn't work the
French,
best, but
Dutch variant.
it is there. Like the capability is there.
Nuts.
Nothing special there. Just the Apache for the French. It has currently the same loaded options as the other Apaches. 8SM94 92 Stingers. You got the
This-
Hellfire 2s. And some
You get an
ordnance
Apache.
options
You
for
get an
some
Apache.
countermeasure posts.
You get a
Prepare for the
Strela.
premium Eurocopter to be removed.
I can
Oh,
also
true,
show
yeah,
what
the HAP.
technical position of the Rafale is. So it will follow after the Mirage 2005F.
It's not really a surprise, is
And
it?
that is
Where
it
else
for
were you
this
going to put
as
it?
It currently stands. Right.
Well, that's why they put that other Mirage
I can show you
2000R,
the
right?
Yeah.
C90
Yes.
Mark IV,
Oh,
which
shit.
is
Oh,
effectively,
shit.
Nice.
Final
TV90 with a spike.
With
it's a bit
spikes.
different. It's
Only with the
not
Look at
30
that,
though.
look at that
standard,
sight on the top.
um,
Look at that sight.
it's
It looked like a little
nearly 10
spear.
times heavier. But
Oh, that's like
much
the
more
one that's
powerful
on the
engine, and in
French,
practice,
yeah.
It is a
Oh,
bit more
yeah.
responsive despite the
Yeah.
extra weight. So
Why'd you
it's
put it
still
on the
pretty
30mm
nice.
one and not the
This variant
40, you
has a different cannon, so it's not
twat?
going to run out of ammo as quickly.
God damn
fire
it.
rate's not quite as
Sick
quick,
of using
not
that
as powerful as the
30mm gun,
40.
it's so
It's
crap.
still pretty nice. You have the
It's that
spikes
you
as
have
well.
to unlock the
And
proper
then,
ammo. That's
one
the
of
annoying
the
part.
Commander optic pods on the roof as well. So it's nice option. It's good to have the spikes there as well. It's a bit different. Has some different composite armor protection.
The side pro
also
Side
composite.
pro.
which is,
The side pro.
ironically named in that particular sense. But yeah, nice option. A little bit different. It's still familiar.
How
enough,
many
though,
spikes?
to,
I guess 6.
jump
That's
right
pretty
into when
good.
you unlock it. But
Mm.
nice option to have, I think, for the higher tier lineups. Should be good. And we've got another quite similar option as well for Israel.
Yeah, another
Oh.
IFV, although in a completely
Oh,
different
is it the
size.
Namer?
This thing is massive.
It's another
Ah.
house.
Namer
Israel
Tricon.
gets the Namer, Trik.
Oh, has it got like enough for a dozer as well?
I'm sorry, I
What
can't
is that on the
pronounce
front?
So,
It's like a
you might
ram.
notice why two Namers? We
No,
already
it's
had a
not.
Namer.
It's like
It's
a
got the
little.
same gun. It's also got spikes.
One of those things used
Okay,
to
the
stop
turret is
to
a bit
tow.
different, but what's the point of that? Well, this one does get active protection.
Oh,
The
Trophy.
system,
trophy time.
not quite as powerful as the one found on the Challenger Black Knight, which can actually intercept APFS shells. This
Yeah, because
one
that's
is
Iron
very
Fist.
unlikely to be able to do that. However,
Because that's Iron Fist, it's not trophy.
you do have a good amount of charges and very good coverage. 360-degree protection around the tank with 3 charges on each side.
The launcher looks so weird just out the back.
Hopefully also
This is
through
a
some
straight
air-to-ground
Warhammer tank, by
ordnance.
the way. Like, Jesus
It
Christ.
kind of looks like that one when you played
Yeah.
The
it.
turret also has some slightly different gun handling stats. The gun itself is the same.
The
ammunition
turret
is
is
the
so
same. You do get
slow.
access to the spike
Like,
missile
what is going on?
with a total of 4 of them.
Bitte
Got some
Alps
good
wieder.
smoke coverage as well.
the home.
Fire rate is fairly standard. And you have some
It's just
very
really
crisp
slow
throttle.
on like the horizontal.
Good stuff.
Mobility
know.
is going to be the
That's
same.
weird.
It is a massive
It's
vehicle.
fast,
However,
man,
of course,
it's
it's based on
fast.
the Markova chassis, so hopefully there will be some good survivability in that regard. And lots of empty space. below the turret. And of
not
course, the turret
really.
is also unmanned. So if
Oh,
you're behind
trust
the
me,
hill,
Dave.
Not at
maybe
11-0.
fairly
You won't be laughing when you survive all the shots.
Namer.
Fun
Now,
to see it
we have
though.
a little bit
That's a
of
good
time
one.
left. I would suggest we go back onto the map
Sure.
and show you some of the details more from the ground. I will
Agreed,
bring up
yeah.
my 1-2 for this because it's a little bit faster.
Alrighty.
Create a session. Alright.
Well, so when the dev server pops, we'll have a look at the map and
Actually, could you
all
bring a
the
helicopter
general
maybe?
stuff.
Give a bit of a aerial view. Over
Yeah.
the scout drone could also work. I think
Oh, you
VBCI
want?
has a scout drone.
Yeah, go on then. I'll give that.
Imagine if you just turned around and went,
That's fine.
"No, Mike, I will not bring a helicopter."
No.
Let me a very quick overview of the
Not today,
lanes that
Mike.
you can expect. It is essentially an arena map, fairly small.
That's not a
3
problem.
main lanes towards the objectives. The areas around the spawn are fairly well protected with
You will bring the
cliffs and
Namer
rocks
Tichon.
and short sidelines, so you should be able to make it out of the spawn relatively easily. But the areas towards the middle, in between
What?
the caps, if you want to travel between those are going to be more open.
Spawn camp to
You have 2 choices of spawns here. On the right
Yeah,
side
just-
spawn, they're going to be symmetrical on both sides. It's going to be the most protected. You can basically make your way over to
That's
the
not appropriate
cap
tech.
without any major sidelines. If you want to have a bit more of
Apart from
long-range
that
sniping
one
and
from
and
Bravo,
hold down actually
but
behind
yeah.
hills, spawn on the left.
let's see.
Let's have a look now.
Wait,
like-
this
I
thing
love
gets
the
the
way
ammo
it's
box?
Really interesting, like, ever since
It's a
World War
tank destroyer.
Yeah,
Tank
that's
destroyer.
fair.
Well,
They
embarrassing
didn't make a
time,
lot of
I've always
distinctions
liked
for
the
that one.
just-
Yeah,
That's
they
how
just
really
put 'em all
lost
in.
it.
So it's really
Yeah.
nice to be able to play it, and there's something like more realistic about like just the terrain and the layout of the newer maps. I think it looks really nice.
This will be used by the Turkish
It's
armed forces to
gonna be
plan
nice.
their
I think at the
invasion of
moment
Greece,
it's available
finally.
for-
Oh,
After many
shit.
years.
World War mode?
Currently at least,
World War.
available for
Boo,
VR.
boo,
Yeah, there's
So
no-
it's really nice.
There's no
Maybe that'll
two
change, I'm not
two
sure.
maps based around
But,
Greece, so
it should be.
expect
versus
Around here is where you can expect your first engagement at the start of the match. The enemy will be coming out of that hole
pretty
over there.
open.
You can make your way. Oh, there we go, actually. Ah! You can use some cover here. If you drop a smoke shell, you can make your way onto this of cover fairly easily. With the tall tank, you can
All
go
the
fall
smoke
down over
shells.
here. Sadly, the V212 is not quite tall enough for that.
Can you drive up
Them
it?
heat
I've not
mats,
tried
man.
that.
The heat mats.
Not quite. This terrain is fairly tough. I can just about make it not quite.
Just imagine you're doing this, and then you get bombed from space
The
because
capture
they have a
point
squadron
C
member
is
that's
right
laser
inside this,
targeted you
theater area.
Yeah,
fucking
from
20
behind the rock.
kilometers
like-
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
From POV.
I tried to go up it.
The
I
forum.
can't quite get that.
Not quite, not quite.
Sad.
You can make your way around the area here to essentially intercept any one of the enemies trying to make their way
It looks
towards
really
the cap.
nice. I'll give it that.
You have a bit of an outlet here which you can use as cover to side scrape behind. That is
I just
where
don't
the road
know
from the enemy spawn
How
goes
great
out.
it'll be about,
As you can see over here
you
on the
know,
map.
just
In
And
going
practice-
down the
the
lanes.
cap
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
itself, you have some destructible objects here.
This cap
feel like
looks
some of those
really
covers should have been
annoying.
higher.
As some cover, you are not.
Reminds me of the
immediately going to
Berlin
be
one
exposed,
on the
especially
right-hand
if you go
side,
up
where you
here,
just
for
get like
example. From
stuck
here,
there
you
and you
are
can't really
basically
do
going to be
anything.
hidden
So you
from
know that the
main
a
road
rock
from the
cover,
enemy
when you
spawn,
have like
but
some
you
of
do have
those
to watch
little
out
rock
for,
formations,
Yeah.
they can be
flanking around
pretty
from the middle
finicky.
area.
Oh,
Let's
the
make our way
hitboxes of them.
towards the
Yeah, because of the
recap.
hitboxes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Some very nice cypress trees. At this sunset time, it's just
It's
so
really
beautiful.
nice. Yeah.
Oh, I would like to ask you something. Can you grab a drone?
I wanna
and
see that
fly
area
up
between B
to
and C.
the ruins over there on the hill.
I don't think I've got it available yet.
Oh,
that
okay,
one in the
you don't have
middle?
it unlocked. Okay, we can check.
Yeah.
it
I
out.
think now he's driving there.
Sure.
Oh, it's a big.
All right,
Seems to be like a bit plain.
It's
just open completely.
Yeah.
Alright then.
At this point, people are going
Never
to be
mind.
spread out around the map a little bit more, and there's plenty of ambush opportunities for them. So you need to be very, very careful as you move along these fields. There are some cover options. Later on, there's also some defilades you can use to move around a bit more unseen. But as we approach the B cap, this one is probably going to be one of the hardest to take just because it is fairly open.
I just feel bad knocking down all the fellas.
Look at this man committing crimes against humanity.
I just feel bad about it.
There's lots of destructibility on this map. Not everything can be destroyed, but a lot of it can. If you drive over the pylons, if you shoot the columns over here, everything crumbles down nicely. Work in progress, keep that in mind. You're going to see some floating rocks right now.
Oh, some Minecraft cubes.
Yes. You do have some solid cover around here. Keep in mind, aircraft are going to have a very easy time spotting you over here.
Minecraft movie.
Let's make our way over to
When's that out?
the
I don't know.
point.
Looking forward to it.
I love these little
Get
ruins all
drunk
over
and
the place.
watch it.
It's really cool. I just feel like I shouldn't be fighting around them, you know?
Minecraft movie release.
I do. I
Yeah.
just want to destroy stuff.
Like, it's the sort of, yeah, like the lizard brain in me wants to just
The
break
4th
stuff.
of April,
The other side wants to
2025.
just sort of look
Ooh.
at cool architecture
Save the date.
and not touch it.
Put in the calendar.
Here you have a bit of a defilade, which should give you some cover from people sniping from the hillsides over there. And you can make your way into the cap over from here, or you can flank around if you want to. I'm just currently showing it off. The cap itself is both
Open.
fairly open and also visually protected. There is something that we need to keep in mind here. So these walls over here from this side are solid, so you can't immediately get sniped from this side. However, those sides where
What
Tom
was
is driving
covering
around
that
right now, those are
entrance?
I don't know.
What was that? What was that?
You
It's
can
like a
drive
law.
straight through that.
Crunch.
Oh, so
Okay, that's bugged. Well, that's bugged.
yeah, that's very bugged.
It was
But
just,
you
hey,
can
and
shut through the
it
cap
reconstructed
so you don't
afterwards.
rely too much
Just
on
reappeared.
this.
Yeah,
So
it
we have some
reappeared
issues
again.
Right now, work in progress. That's the stuff. It's really
That's a
nice
feature,
for hide and
guys. You
seek.
can read
If
into
you're
it.
just
Whatever.
lost by this stuff.
Yeah.
Greek technology
On the side, you're fairly well protected from
along the
Maybe
side
this
of
is
the Greek
so you don't
fire.
have really two
some of the
directions
great
where
Maybe-
they can be coming from,
Maybe
which
this
makes it fairly
location is in
defensible.
some kind of
Probably, I
interdimensional
would say the
rift.
most defensible
Oh yeah.
capture position apart from
Yeah,
C.
well that's the thing.
Others
Maybe
is
it's
mostly open towards
maybe it's
one entire
promote their
half of
new
the map.
game. What was it called again?
Oh,
And
fracture
then
reality or
finally,
Fractured
something.
reality.
Like
something
something
you
like
can
that.
take from the spawns. However, if you want to be sneaky, you can also flank around the outskirts a little bit. I believe you should be able to make our way around this rock over here, which should actually provide a very defensible position from here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options, deceptively a lot of options.
For example, from here you can basically intercept anyone coming from the red spawn,
Yeah, you
trying
can
to make
spawn
their way
camp.
over to the A cap. Which is
And
going
I
to be
feel like it
a-
can work,
I
but
think
yeah,
a
I
point of
can see
frustration
some
for
of
a lot
those
people
issues
not
in
expecting someone
practice.
to
This-
be guarding that area.
The issue
At
I
the same
have
time,
with
you
these
can't
maps
easily
is
make your way
like
up there.
that there's two
If you have a
problems.
fast enough
The
vehicle,
moment when you win the
maybe
initial
through
battle,
here.
you literally
Don't
just
fall
spawn
down there
camp.
because it
There's
will be a
nothing
death
else that
sentence
you can
that is out
do.
of bounds.
And then the
Yeah.
other thing is, if
Little
like another area
lighthouse
just
over there.
crumbles, and then
But
you
essentially
like
the
are
way
fighting
this
on
is
your
set up is that you
area,
can defend from here, but you
like
can't
there's
easily
no
make
way
your
to
way
get that
up
area
unless you have
back
a very
because
fast
you can
vehicle.
spawn trap
However,
it.
the enemy can
So-
easily come from this
Yeah,
side
that's
and
true.
flank you.
Man,
It's very hard to
So it's
win
not
after
a
the first like few
I-
minutes.
I
This
feel
could
my
be interesting also,
expectations
if you
are
have
so
a
low
tall
with their map
vehicle,
making
such as
that
HMS, you can overlook
like I'm
and
kinda
cover
glad that
this
this thing I
entire
can at
ridge
least
side.
make I can see
And
that it
some of
can
it is
work.
coming
I
from
can see that it
there,
can
but you
work.
can't
Like
exactly look
it's
at
not a
the
map that
cap
makes no
itself.
sense, like
So from
Pradesh
here
or
you can
whatnot.
defend a
Yeah, that's
capture
true,
already
yeah.
taken,
The
but
map
you
will
cannot
be fine.
effectively
Like,
take down any defenders in
There's
Yeah,
the
but
no-
it has the issue that you mentioned.
Yeah.
You can just
tactical player.
you can just lock down areas. Like I feel like in a lot of their planning,
I will maybe
they
do
always
I
think
have
that it's just
something
like
with
several
a-
people pushing an area or
I don't think I have
battling
anything
it
with
out in
drone
one area.
either.
But you don't have those
No,
scenarios
it's
all of
quite
the
easy to
time.
get
Like
stuck.
sometimes it's a
Gotta keep it in mind.
1-to-1 or even worse. So it's like 1 versus
I
many.
will
And
quickly
Yeah.
by that point, you're
helicopter
just
in the
done.
meantime. Tom can roll around a little bit more.
Go
Shows,
for it. I
shows
will
some
keep
of the
moving.
architecture.
I just like looking at stuff. I'm quite simple like that. Always in like older games, if they were multiplayer, I would just go into custom lobbies and just drive around and look at the stuff that was there. Always like that. There's something just, I don't know, comfy about it. Like looking at all the places you never, like you're too busy to look at because you're shooting people. So,
Yeah.
always
Well,
enjoyed that.
you know, like
That's
we
probably
always
a bit
say
of
that
an
these
issue.
maps
If you
are
like
like
the
pretty and
kind of
everything,
stuff
but they're
when it
not
comes
like,
to building
oh
it,
shit,
just-
astounding, right? Like
Can't make
don't
it
Yeah.
get too much into it. So
It's not Indiana Jones level.